Back to Africa, where Guinea Conakry, where mining giant Rio Tinto went into an agreement with the government to explore the Simandou iron deposits in the country, is facing all sorts of setbacks now. Now, from workers protesting unjustified dismissal to when the news that World Bank's International Finance Corporation, a partner in the $20 billion deal, said they're also pulling out. Now, as IFC is selling its 4.6% stake in the whole deal, Rio Tinto, which is based in Australia, Melbourne, has a 46.6% stake in the project. Its partner, which is China's Chinalco, has 41.3%, and shockingly, Guinea government has only 7.5% stake in it.
After announcing its final departure to Guinea, the Rio Tinto company asked the workers to accept the proposal, conditioned with advantages that are under Guinean regulations, or it would take measures of dismissal. Today, several workers have agreed to adhere to the voluntary resignation program, but according to the spokesperson of the protesters, the voluntary dismissal was rather a forced affair, and a majority of the workers, after the regulation, found themselves with huge debts.
Workers who are working for the company Rio Tinto are protesting, and we are in touch with our correspondent Abdurrahman Diallo in Conakry. Good morning, Mr. Diallo. Thank you for joining us on the morning call. What are the grievances of the workers?
Les travailleurs de Rio Tinto qui manifestaient lundi 10 octobre dénoncent une injustice et une discrimination dans leur licenciement.
Staff of Rio Tinto on Monday, the 10th of October, staged a protest to denounce injustice and discrimination in their dismissal. They called for better measures since many of them had incurred debts at the banks and were now able to settle the loan. Other claims brought against the company's human resources by the spokesperson of the workers, Maurice Conde, was the means of selecting staff who were to provide minimum service before the final withdrawal of Rio Tinto from Guinea. For them, no objective criteria was used in the selection of the employees.
Now, Diallo, who are they after? Are they after the government or Rio Tinto, the company itself? And based on the fact that we know the movement was much bigger than it is thought, have the authorities also responded with regard to this?
Alors, effectivement, c'est la deuxième fois que les employés licenciés manifestent. Ils l'avaient déjà fait le 26.
The dismissed employees had actually staged a protest on September 26th, the second time actually. According to Maurice Conde, who spoke to Africanews via phone, the operations manager and the human resource manager had been dishonest with them and done nothing about their claims. Guinean authorities, especially the Ministry of Mines, have been suggested as facilitators in the issue. The dismissed workers and management of Rio Tinto were involved in the negotiations of Tuesday at the premises of the Labour Ministry with the Labour Inspectorate.
Now, everything signals that this project is going to fail, and we know that the Guinean government had hoped it is going to revive the economy. So far, we know the dismissal of these people at work who are protesting is because of this failure of the Simandou project, but some people still don't understand this. Could you just explain clearly what it entails, the whole project and how it all started?
Alors, le projet Simandou, c'est un méga projet, un investissement de 18
The Simandou project is an $18 billion investment, of which $12 billion will go into infrastructure. It would allow the construction of a deep water port in the Conakry prefecture and a multi-purpose 650 kilometers rail infrastructure from Baila connecting the port of Benti. The government also announced the creation of 45,000 jobs, and the head of state, Alpha Conde, declared in 2014, after the ratification of the convention, that the operation of the Simandou iron ore mine, which is expected to become functional in 2018, will double Guinea's GDP.
What other alternatives are now still available for Guinean government right now, Diallo?
Alors, selon les spécialistes, peu d'alternatives s'offrent à la Guinée.
So according to some experts, there's little alternatives for Guinea. The Mines Ministry wants to get the Chinese firm Chinalco to resume the project. It has already started negotiations with the firm. Conde is also expected to visit China on the 27th of October, but a journalist specialized in the extractive sector, Akumba Diallo, told me that he does not believe this option will succeed because Chinalco is a shareholder in Rio Tinto and will primarily follow Rio Tinto's strategic economic choices that still has rights in Simandou until 2018. It will be difficult, he says, to find a buyer given the current trends in the iron ore market, as the price of iron has fallen from $150 to $50.
Thank you very much, Abdulrahman, for giving us and joining us on the morning call with those details. 7,5